So tell me about how you grew up. Kids, mom, dad, brothers and sisters.
No brothers and sisters.
Okay. Only child.
Yeah.
That explains everything. Go ahead.
and
All
we're
of
going to
it.
flip it to you
All
next. My dad and stepmom had a little girl when I was 16.
Okay.
I had a baby when I was 16. So I did grow up an only child, but I have a half sister now. My mom, single mom, started a cake shop when I was 6 months old to raise and support me. And my dad was not in my life from the time that I was 8 until I was 14.
Okay.
So that drastically shaped me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who I was in high school and college, and then even after that. But I have a great relationship with him now. I found him when I was 14, and we have a great relationship now. Yeah, I mean, my parents, if you met my parents, my mom and my dad, both so similar, like adventurous, spontaneous, entrepreneurial, hard worker to like a fault, like don't know when to stop. It is me. Like it just like, oh yeah, this Christy makes sense. Like I'm so much like what I watched.
So how do you live with, I see this and I feel what that was and I've experienced what that was, and I want this to be different for my kids and my marriage and my work. How do you balance that?
Well, I think it actually.
See what I just did there? I didn't mean to say balance, but
no,
how do you filter that?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that I have always had a very strong sense of, I think strong-willed children have this. I was a strong-willed child, am a strong-willed adult, whether Enneagram, whatever you want to call it. I have a very strong sense of ownership over my life, meaning not like in a territorial way, but like I have a strong sense of a right to myself. So like if I'm parenting my children in some way and someone judges me, I'm like, well, you got your own kids. You do what you want with your kids. These are my kids. This is my family. So the reason I bring that up is Matt and I have been very intentional to say, what do we want our family to look like? You talk about this, like visualizing plans for the weekend or whatever. What do we want our family to be about? And truly, my growing up could not have been more opposite from Matt's growing up, and both had good qualities. But it's almost like we've come here. Yeah. Into the middle, where it's like we're going to take the good from my side and the good from his side and the parts we didn't like from each side and try to not do those things, and just try to be better. I mean, I think that's what most generations try to do. Try to fix the stuff we didn't like.
Is that intentionality exhausting?
I think the conflict initially was exhausting. It can still be, but initially trying to navigate that and discern that was really hard. Like y'all did Christmas this way and y'all did house responsibilities this way. And, I mean, all the communication around that was exhausting. Now I think it's more effortless because we very much are in a rhythm. I mean, we have 3 kids. We've been doing this a little while. We've been married almost 10 years. Like we've got a rhythm of what we want our family to be about. But I think figuring out what we wanted it to be about was hard, because I don't even know that we knew.
Like, what do you mean?
Like when we got married, it's like, in sickness and health, we're like, yeah, great. We didn't know. Woo! Are you ready for kids? Yeah, totally. Yeah, they're like a dog, right? But like they just cry more. I don't know. No, we had no idea. Like we had no idea what we were doing. We had no idea. You just figured as you go. But hard conversations. Like we were willing. Well, some of us were willing to. Some of us got. Matt didn't love that, but we're different personality styles. He's more an introvert, an extrovert. I'm an extrovert, obviously. So what when you look at mom, you look at dad, and then you have 3 little ones. What is one thing you want to make sure they get that stays on that line? I want to say yes more than I say no. And that's something I got from my mom. My mom was a yes mom. Like it was like, hey, let's go get ice cream at 8 o'clock. Yeah. Like she's an adventurous mom. Like she's spontaneous. Now I had no rules and I got myself in debt because I didn't even know how money worked. So there's plenty of like the responsible side that was not her sweet
We'll
side.
get to the other side. Yeah.
But she was spontaneous and fun. It was like live. Like it was like live. Like live every moment. She just has this zest for life. I want my kids to have that. So when my
Is that hard for an 8?
No, I'm 8 wings. No, I'm no.
All in. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah. So like when my son says, I don't know, I'm probably gonna get hate mail from this, but that's fine. Tyler will filter it out.
You're gonna have to.
You
have to get in line on my hate mail.
No, when you're driving, like when we're driving down the road, and my neighborhood's my in-laws very small, safe neighborhood, and my son Carter from the back seat yells, "Can I stick my head out the sunroof?" I'm like, yeah. Right? Now, my default answer as a tired mom wants to be no because I'm tired because it's just easier. But I'm trying to find opportunities to say yes. So when he says, "Can we go do this thing?" That's maybe takes a little more effort from me.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fun to a 6-year-old. Like for example, let's use a better example. When my son wanted to be Waffle House for Halloween, not a server, the building.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
that took some more effort for me to create this cardboard building. I want to be a mom that says yes.
Yeah.
And we made that stinking Waffle House and it was awesome. Like,
Yes.
I just want to be a mom that says yes. I can't always say yes. There's plenty of things I have to say no to. But when I can say yes, I want to say yes. Yeah. I want his childhood to be fun memories that if I could do it, I tried to do it.
What's the reverse of that? What's one thing that stops with Christy and Matt?
Oh, well, my mom's going to listen to this.
See, my family doesn't listen to my show, so I'm good.
I'm psychotic about being on time. Picking him up. She was always late to get me. I'd be the last kid picked up after school.
Just so you know, Christy was in the studio today before I was. Before everybody was. Before Kelly and James and everybody. Christy was here first.
I wish it translated to everything in life, but there was one day truly, Carter was literally 2 years old in a preschool, and I was going to be like 5 minutes late, and I cried the whole way there. Like you can just psychoanalyze that all day, but it's like that is we will never be late to pick him up because I don't want him to be the last one. Like I just remember that feeling. Yeah. So there's lists on both sides of all of it, right? Like we've got good things, bad things on all of it.
Yeah. I'm always interested in what drives people toward what they're running towards and what they're saying now.
Yeah. Okay. So another one, my mom is creative, super creative, entrepreneurial. She's like, imagine any movie you've ever seen where there's an inventor. Like she has patents, like the Beauty and the Beast, the crazy inventor dad. Like that's her. So her house was always a mess. And so I'm like weird about keeping and I'm not like Monica and Friends. I'm not one of those people. I'm not like a perfectionist. But because I grew up in a mess, it's really important to me to have a straight house, which is extremely hard with 3 kids under 6. So I've had to like reduce my expectations of even what's realistic. But that is something that like, it comes from that childhood place of having a messy house that I wouldn't have friends over. I want friends to be able to stop by and they can come in. And that's hard.
So on being on time and keeping a clean place, 2 things John Delony's not known for.